Or Appendix 3A, criteria for the issue of the alternate tone grants General Officer, Field Officer, Senior Executive for the Designs and Agency Staff. U.S. General Officer, Field Officer, Senior Executive for the Staff with credential requirement. The Department of Defense Office, Secretary of Defense component with the head of the designated with the writing approval of the authority for the issuing staff support a land token. Supposed for the NSS public key infrastructure credential for the mobile device, public key infrastructure credential for the U.S. General Officer, Field Officer for the Senior Executive Designs and Staff, participating USGO Senior Executive Staff with made as an individual network account as a group account. One member of the USGO General Officer, Field Officer, Senior Executive Staff must be the name of the writing as responsible for the group account with the individual with the control of the designated with the personal with the sum of the group account with the request one with the staff of the support alternate token special purpose NSA public key infrastructure intro mobile the public key infrastructure credential with the supporting service of the resource registering authority with the number of the staff of the supporting alternate with the special purpose NSS public key infrastructure credential for the mobile device public key infrastructure with credential for the requestability limited to minimum need will be limited to minimum need. Control of the monitor distribution all authorized assigned credential for the local network domain administrator must change for the account with the individual to the group account with the provided with the general officer, field officer, senior executive with the principal, the name of the field with the registered agent with the TA with the providing with the alternative token special purpose for the NSI public key infrastructure with the credential for the mobile public key infrastructure credentials. Staff support alternate token special purpose of the NSI public key infrastructure credential for the mobile public key infrastructure credential with the team of the public key infrastructure credential certificate to paragraph 31813 with according to the specification 3181313 authentication certificate public key infrastructure authentication certificate staff support with the alternate code special purpose of the NSI public key infrastructure with credential for the mobile public key infrastructure credential support with smart card logon will have its value as support with the U.S. government general of the field officer senior executive serve with the principal the name of the field of the entry subject with the alternate name of the certificate equal credential issue with the individual role with identified with the common name of the public key infrastructure certificate. Digital signature certificate, public digital signature certificate, staff support, alternate token, special purpose of the inside of the public key infrastructure for the credential of the mobile public key infrastructure and allow the general field of the officer, senior executive of the half of the digital send email documented by half the general of the field of officer of the senior executive of the staff members that do not under any circumstance some of the email documentation of general officer of the field of officer, senior executive of the DOD component must not with the issue of the U.S. general field officer, flag officer, senior executive staff of public key infrastructure of the certificate of credential alternate tone in national internet protocol network, asserting identifying the general officer, field officer of the senior executive service violates fundamental principle of identity assurance encryption certificate. The public key infrastructure encryption certificate staff support alternate token, especially the NSS public key infrastructure credential, the mobile public key infrastructure credential will allow the general and field officer, senior executive service to have the decrypt the read encrypted emails sent with the general officer, field officer, senior executive service to send with encrypted emails on behalf of the general officer, field officer, and senior executive service to designated signature for the certificate, staff support with encryption certificate, essential with copy along with the clone of the general officer, field officer, senior executive service with key infrastructure encryption certificate, issuing the staff support with allowing alternate token special purpose the NSA public key infrastructure with credential with the mobile device public key infrastructure credential with the group with authentication credential with the conduct with the clone with the public DOD components of the certificate practice system. Certificate practice standard with the reach of the DOD component therefore with the certificate practice standards allowance for the issue of the U.S. government general field officer, general order, general officer, field officer, senior executive service staff with support alternate token special purpose the NSS public key infrastructure credential mobile device public key infrastructure credential with the group of authentication credentials. Okay, the U.S. Government Officer, Field Officer, SEE credential requirements. All the time, the U.S. Government General Officer, Field Officer, Senior Executive Service must retain positive control of the possession with the common access to their personal, very important with the personal credential. DoD NSS public key infrastructure with credentials. Any other the public key infrastructure and credential with certificate issued with them in their own use with the General Officer, Field Officer, Senior Executive being not shared with their public key infrastructure credential, the personal identification number with the personnel, including their staff, with the General Officer, Field Officer, Senior Executive issue with age for the multiple personnel with a very important purpose of the credential alternate token of the NSS public key infrastructure credential the practice is not recommended as it increases the risk of the potential being lost, misplaced, given to the staff member, otherwise being outside of the positive control of the possession of general officer, field officer, senior executive serve with the DoD component may make their own risk of a decision determining how many, if any, with an additional public key infrastructure for the credentials may be the issue general officer, field officer, senior executive are based with the document mission need. Appendix B, Mission Partner External Public Key Information Approval Process.